by Cox Communications. I'm Mike Pomeranz, and we're turning our attention now to a very special group of young ladies, a softball team from San Diego. We're all too familiar with the tragedy in Oklahoma from May, those tornadoes that devastated so many lives. Well, this special group of young ladies had planned to go out there for a softball tournament, and it turned out to be so much more. Take a listen.
We come from all over San Diego. We have kids from South Bay, from Mira Mesa, from Santee. Been together for about 7 months. We're a 12 and under girls basketball softball team. The Oklahoma trip was our first real travel trip. We've done different tournaments mostly around San Diego. Done pretty well with some of them. Good group of girls, good group of parents. They get along real well. They play well together. They support each other. They back each other up. They are a tough group. They practice hard. They work hard. They're focused. They know what they're out here for. I mean, yeah, they're out here to have fun, but they're also out here to get better, to learn the game of softball. And they are tough. They had to be tough. They had to grow up real quickly over when we were in Oklahoma, but they are a tough group of girls.
Our team, I think we all work together. We like to bond. But when it's time to get on the field, we know that it's all focused and to be serious. But we're a family, definitely. We stick together.
Originally, we had planned to go into Oklahoma. There was a tournament out there that was in concert with the Women's College World Series. So we had planned to go out there for a few months. We've been fundraising. We've been planning to go out there probably since March. We were planning on making the trip there anyway. And then we heard about then there was the Moore, Oklahoma tornado, which happened in early May. Which devastated the area, and we were real concerned about whether we were going to go, much less play, because one of our fields that we were supposed to play on was in Moore. And then we heard about one of the little girls who passed away at the Plaza Tower Elementary School, was a softball player.
Poor little girl, because I have a child that's about her age right now, and I couldn't fathom what they're going through, the emotions they're feeling, losing their child, and not being able to see her wake up in the morning or be able to hug her, tell her they love, that they love her. I see my kids, and it's something I couldn't imagine going through. It's like losing another teammate. Like if that was our teammate, it was like losing another softball sister.
Her name was Sydney Engel. We found out she played on a team called Bring It. It broke our hearts when we found out it was a softball player. It broke our hearts when we found out anyone passed away, but especially when it was a little girl who was playing softball, who loved the game like we do. It just broke our hearts, and we knew we had to do something. We didn't know what we were going to do at the time, but we knew we had to do something, so we decided we were going to try to raise some money for the family. So it was important to us to do something for them. And it was also important for the coaching staff and the parents to let the girls know that it's not all about softball. There's a lot of other things in life that you need to worry about. So they knew what they were going out there for. One, yeah, they were going out there to play softball, but two, they were going out there, in memory of this little girl.
In under 2 weeks, the Mystics raised over $2,000 to help support the Engel family. They then traveled halfway across the country to Oklahoma with the hopes of winning a tournament in her honor.
On that Friday when we got there, we were supposed to go to the Women's College World Series. We were at the stadium, and they told everyone to go home. There was some severe weather coming. So, go back to your hotels. We'll let you know if the games are going to go on for later. So we go back to the hotel, and we start watching the news, and it started getting a little bit more serious, and all of a sudden they said we had to get into a safe zone because there was a severe tornado watch. And then became a tornado warning, and then became a tornado emergency. A very large tornado was coming right at us.
The people at the hotel started saying that we want everyone to gather up in the bathrooms because those were the closest, enclosed places.
All the girls went in there, some of the other kids that were there with us, most of the parents, and we kind of just waited it out.
I think I speak for all of us, all of our parents. I think we were all scared.
Some were really, really scared. Some of them were really going to worst case scenario. They were really worried about family here, if they had family that did not come.
And when I see my daughter looking at a lot of the girls that were crying, I just hugged her. And when she looked up at me and started crying, that's when Sydney came to my mind. That my daughter has her mother to hug her and tell her everything's going to be okay. And Sydney didn't have that.
I mean, there's no other way to describe it. The tornado, as it was coming towards us, kind of made a left as it got near us and kind of went above us, over the top of us. So we got a lot of the wind and rain and hail, but it wasn't the serious wind. It was, we were told it was wind was in the 60 to 70 mile an hour range. So it was frightening. There's no doubt about that. The girls were, were scared, but they were tough.
It was just a warm feeling because we knew that if we had to go through something, we would be together.
Together they were, maybe closer than ever. The tornadoes passed and the tournament began. The Mystics advanced to the championship round.
We, on Monday in the championship round, we ended up winning all 3 games and taking the title. So we played hard, we played strong, we were focused, we played well. We think we honored our memory by the way we played that day.
The Mystics' experience helped them bond, get better as a team, and prove that sports can unite people from distant backgrounds. And they realized how fortunate they are to have experienced this life-changing event together.
So we're grateful for what we have now that we know what they've been through.
Yeah, I definitely think there was a life lesson in this.
We just all had to trust each other and know that we all have each other to have a shoulder to cry on.
A little girl was important to us, even though we never met her. We lived 2,000 miles away from her.
We always try and talk to each other about it because we know that we're close enough like that. We're a family. We know that we can trust each other about everything we do. We're just like sisters.
So, it's more than just about the game. There's some life experiences to be learned here, and we think we did that.